I know on the very last episode, I mentioned things that you should not get your car person. But today, we're flipping this around. We're getting the 7 best gifts that any car person really, really wants. In fact, I want some of these things. Hint, hint. Merry Christmas. Here we go. Hey, what's happening? How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here once again. Merry Christmas to you. This is part 2 of a 2-part series on what to buy that cool car guy for Christmas this year, 2025. Now, in the last episode, I described things not, and I said not to get that cool car guy because they're going to hate that stuff. Trust me. I mean, I probably would, and you probably would too. But today, it's all about happy thoughts. Today, we're talking about things that you want to get that a car guy wants to get. So if you're going to give a car guy something, these are the things that they're probably going to appreciate. And these are the things they're going to enjoy and actually want to use and will use for sure. So I've got 7 of these, like I had 7 on the last one. Lucky number 7, here we go. Christmas time 2025, here we go. Kicking it off with number 1. Now, what guy who actually loves cleaning their car, loves detailing their car, would not appreciate high quality microfiber towels? Now, you can get these at Costco, big bag of them. They're really good quality stuff. And I've got a bag of them somewhere around here. I got to find it. But yeah, I had a bunch of them. You can probably buy them at other places too. But these are the really, really good ones. Essentially, they're like good for like not scratching the vehicle. I know if you get like thorns and rocks and pebbles and stuff in them, they're pretty much useless. I would not recommend using them on your car at that point. But a brand new one that's clean and fresh and actually like has no imperfections, that is basically real microfiber, not this generic like paper towels, but like real ones that are really good because you can use them for multiple things. You can use them to actually like wax down your vehicle, wax off the vehicle. If you wax on, wax off, that kind of stuff, rub it down. I had my Z and I would buy a bunch of these microfiber towels and I was using them to like actually clean and like do the quick, wax on the car because although I would wash and wax the car regularly, there were times where I would buy the quick wax, which is like a spray wax. I think McGuire's has it, and a bunch of companies have this kind of stuff. But basically, you would spray it on, spray it off, and I would use towels like these microfiber towels to, wax on, wax off. But you also can use them for other things too, like the inside, like Armor All on the inside of your car, detailing the rims, the wheels, tires. I mean, if they get really worn out or they become like you drop them, they got thorns and dirt embedded in them. Don't use them on your car, but you can probably use them to like wipe off your dipstick, things like that. Or maybe like, I don't know, anything that's like really you want to clean, but don't care if it scratches really kind of stuff. Things like that. So according to the actual chemical guys, the company that makes all these chemical products, they say that their woolly mammoth microfiber dryer towel, the one that's used for drying, can actually hold up to close to a gallon of water. So if you're actually using these things to dry off your car, which I've done too, they work fairly well. Of course, they've got other drying towels you can buy. Remember the ShamWow? Those are big. I've had a bunch of those for a while. I was using the ShamWows to dry the car. And I think I got them at the fair. They were a big deal. The ShamWow, I remember those. And I remember the commercials, their guy was like soaking up water out of everything. He spilled like water on the carpet and like soaked the water out and wring it all out and things like that. So those things work fairly well too. But I think a really good, high quality microfiber towel, or at least a pack of them or whatever, is a really good gift to get or gift to give your cool car person. They would probably appreciate that because you can use it for many different things, especially if they're really high quality stuff. Okay. Speaking of the car cleaning arena, moving on to number 2, and we're talking about an actual foam cannon. Maybe an attachment for like a water pressure gun. I have a water pressure machine here in the house. And I tell you the truth, I never use it. I've used it a few times. And it's a big pain in the butt really get all out and like plug it in and get the hose attached and all the attachments and crap. And I guess if you have time and you really, cleaning your car, 'cause I did use it on the Z a lot. And I'd hook up the foam stuff. I had some foam soap that you could put in there and it becomes like a big foam cannon. And I would like spray the foam all over the car. It was kind of a cool effect because you got the foam just spraying all over the car and you're spraying all over the place. It looks great. It looks cool on social media when you do that and you put it on social media. It's a kind of a cool looking thing. And it's kind of cool because, it's like soap everywhere. It has like clean, soapy feel on with the thing. And I think that's a really cool gift to give a car person because they're probably washing their car themselves. They're probably detailing the car themselves. Not always, but yes, sometimes they do. And if you want to add more to your, gift other than just a foam cannon, you can buy an entire piece, a whole entire like kit from Chemical Guys. Not a sponsor of the show yet. They probably should be, but they've got a full on like 16-piece Arsenal builder wash kit, which includes the foam gun, a water mitt, and various other cleaners, and probably all their Chemical Guys cleaning stuff, probably tire, wheels, you name it. They probably have it all in a package like that. Now, if it's a really good, high quality cleaning car wash kit, I think most car guys would probably appreciate that, especially if they wash it themselves. Which, if they're a true car guy, there is without a doubt they wash it themselves. I know I did for the Z, and there was a time when I got lazy, and I started just running it through the car wash. Yeah, I did that. But most car guys probably really appreciate really high quality cleaning stuff for their car. And probably the better, I should say, when it comes to car cleaning stuff. And there's lots of companies out there. There's lots of different brands. There's Meguiar's. I actually love Meguiar's myself. I'm a Meguiar's kind of guy. I had all their soaps, all their car wash stuff. And I know there's, like I said, there's Car Guys, Chemical Guys. There are a few other brands out there. I'm sure I can't think of the top of my head. But any high quality cleaning stuff for your car is probably a safe bet for a true car guy. And if you know what kind of car wash stuff they use, like say you go over to their house, you see their garage, and you see they have a particular brand of car wash they use, then get them that. Don't get them those cheap, like really cheap $2 dollar store stuff that comes in a gallon, but it's like $2 of car wash stuff. It's mostly water anyways. Who knows what that stuff is? Got to give them the really good stuff if you're going to get them something, and find out what they like to use on their car and probably get them more of that stuff. That'll probably be just fine. Okay, now moving away from the car cleaning department and car cleaning care type stuff, moving more into the technical world of things. Moving on to number 3, and we're talking about a cool little gadget that I wish I owned. I don't have one. I know most people have this kind of stuff. They have these tools with them everywhere they go. And that is a OBD2 diagnostic scanner. Now, this is the thing that you plug into your computer's diagnostic port, and it reads the engine codes. Say you got a check engine light that came on your car for, I don't know, maybe running that tune on your car. You're like, why is the check engine light on? Or maybe you did an aftermarket like air intake, and it didn't, it threw a code. Now you got a check engine light on. You want to try to figure out what's going on. Having a scanner, you can plug it in, and then you can like pinpoint exactly what the problem is, because the computer in the car is gonna be like, hey, something's happening, but check engine light's on. You're like, well, what does it mean? I wish that cars had those built in. That would be so awesome. Hey, car developers, if you could have like a check engine light that came on that automatically, like on the dashboard somewhere, you can figure out like what the problem is, other than buying one of these OBD2 scanner tools, figure out what it is. If it could happen like within the car, that'd be super, super cool. But hey, let's get there, right? So there are a few out there. There's a whole bunch to choose from. Like, I don't own one personally, but I can see myself getting one of these. Hint, hint. If you want to give me something as a gift, I don't have one, so you're more welcome to give me one. That'd be great. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you too. And it says here that the Innova, the 5610, is highly recommended model. Probably because it can do a bunch of different things, a bunch of different features. Probably can work on almost every single car. It can probably tell you exactly what's happening. Now, how accurate are these things? I do not know. I know that when you go to a place like AutoZone, maybe Pep Boys too, maybe any of those auto shop, car places, most of those places will check your car out for free. I know I did that on my car. I did that on my truck, took it in there for free. They'll run the codes for you for free. They'll even print it out for you for free, give you an idea what's causing the actual issue. You can go to the dealership too. The dealership usually charges for these kind of things, maybe a little more. It might be free. I don't know. I mean, I haven't gone to a dealership to do a scan on a car in forever and a day ago. And last time I checked it, I think a guy charged me like $100 or $50. He charged me something. I forget what it was. But if you have the scanner yourself, you could scan it yourself. And I don't know how accurate they are. I'm sure they're pretty accurate these days, I would think. Because when I had my Z, I had issues with my Z. I had a check engine light come on. And I took it to a place and they ran their scanner. And then first I took it to the AutoZone, ran their scanner. Then I took it to the shop that actually did the repairs. They ran their scanner. And they basically said the same thing. They said that it was misfiring and that the spark plug, something with the spark plug or whatever, needed to be replaced. End of the story. I had to replace the spark plugs. That's basically what it was. So had I had the tool, maybe I would have known, but I didn't really pay much for the scan. So there's that. But it's a cool, fun tool to have. And I can see, any car guy wanting a scanner who doesn't already have one. That'd be a cool gift to give. Okay, moving on to number 4 of the coolest gifts that any car guy would love to have. If you're going to give them something cool, I got this gift actually last year myself, and that is a high definition dash cam. Now, the reason why I wanted the dash cam in the first place, I kind of thought about it, but I saw this video. It was in New York City, I think a year ago, where this whole scam happened, where like an insurance scam, where this car would cut off a car on the freeway or hit him or do something. And then as both cars pull over, the car in front of the car that was recording put the car in reverse, slammed into the car and crashed into the car and pulled forward. And these people kind of got out of the car and looked like they were all injured and trying to oh, you hit me, you rear-ended me, you hit me, all this stuff, whatever. And then the whole thing was caught on camera because they had a dash cam recording every single thing. And so because of that thing, I was like, man, I got to get myself one of those cameras. And also I think it's kind of cool because there's a lot of crazy things that happen on the freeway, a lot of crazy stuff that happens. And I think it helps with insurance. In fact, I should call my insurance company and tell them I have that, because I have not done that, speaking of which. And in theory, it should give you a lower insurance rate if you have one of those cameras, because it gives you the actual video evidence that if someone's trying to scam you or if there's an accident of any kind, video evidence really comes in handy when you're trying to solve a case. There's no disputing video evidence, really. You can't say that wasn't me. You can't say I didn't put the car in reverse and slammed into them and they hit me. You can't say that if it's on video. It actually happened. You see it on video. So the one I have shoots in 4K. It plugs into the cigarette lighter, passes out, powers it, and it runs a wire to the back. There's a back camera and a front main camera. And it runs on a memory card. It's basically, I got the biggest memory card I could find. I put in the thing. And it constantly goes on a loop. So in theory, as far as I know, because I haven't gone and checked the footage in a while, but the way I understand it works is that it constantly records in 10-minute, increments. And then it resets itself. If it records so many of these 10-minute blocks till the memory card's full, it resets and it goes back again, which should happen in maybe about 2 or 3 days worth, probably, I think, of the memory card, because it's shooting everything in 4K. And it's a good sized memory card, but still 4K, running all the time does eat up a lot of memory. And I think it only works when I'm driving too. So it's not recording. At least I don't think it's recording right now. It might be if the got power to it. Yeah, I don't know how that works, but definitely records. When I turn the truck on, it turns on, the camera goes on, and then it goes out to a blank screen, because it doesn't have the screen display the whole time. And you can see the little red light flashing on the thing when when it's using. So this probably comes in handy for, vandalism or anything like that. Of course, theft, things like that. So, and also my truck does have, I believe, because I can check it on the app, it does tell me locations on the vehicle. So if the vehicle were to be stolen, I could probably track it on the app where it is. Another side note on this, if you have Apple products, you can get an Apple AirTag and mount it somewhere in the vehicle, under the vehicle somewhere, in case the vehicle ever gets stolen or something like that, or valet decides to do a Ferris Bueller's Day Off joyride kind of deal. You probably can track the vehicle and see where it was at and things like that. So these kind of devices are really designed for you to protect you and make sure that if your vehicle does get stolen or something does happen, that you've got evidence to hopefully, get some justice on what happened. So, and also too, if you really want to use it, which I haven't done yet, but if you want to grab the video, since it's 4K, on the dash and grab that video and maybe make like a YouTube video or something like that of you going somewhere with that cool video. You could do that too. I should probably do that. That'd be kind of fun. Anyways, moving on to number 5. Now, this is kind of the same realm because it's all about electricity. It's all about things for your car. And I'm talking about a portable jump starter. Now, these things are pretty cool because they're really compact. I don't know how they even work, but they're so small. And somehow they like start your car. And they got a battery in there, of course. And somehow they're enough to really start your vehicle. And especially if you don't have like jumper cables or have another vehicle around near you to jump your car with. Now, some of these probably can like be used to charge other devices off of it, like USB ports, things like that. So a portable jump starter would probably be a cool thing to have in the back of your car, in your trunk space somewhere. They're not very big, And this way, when your vehicle finally does die, you plug the thing in and in theory, they should jump and they should jump your car. I never owned one of these things. Hey, speaking of gifts you want to give me, this is another one on there. Get me one of those portable jump starters. I would really appreciate it. It'd be super cool to have because my truck did, the battery did die recently. And I was driving to work one day and it threw all kinds of codes on me. And I don't know what was going on. I was like throwing weird codes on the dash. Like the whole dash like lit up like a Christmas tree. And I was throwing things like, rear camera not working, transmission fault not working, side detection thing not working. Like all these things wasn't working or whatever. I'm like, what is going on with this thing? And I did notice that I could not put the vehicle into other drive modes. It was locked in whatever drive mode it was locked into, and it could not change nothing. Warning lights over the dash. Like, what the hell's going on with this thing? Turns out it was just a battery. It was just a dead battery. And once I changed the battery, it fixed everything. But that was it. But I didn't know, I just like, if I had checked the battery, if I had a battery checker or an OBD, I don't know if the OBD2 scanner can check battery voltage. It might. Not too sure. But I don't have one of those either. So these are 2 gifts you want to give me. The OBD2 scanner and the portable, charger, the portable jumper. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Give me one of those. That'd be kind of awesome. I really appreciate that. Okay, moving on to number 6. And now number 6, I was gifted this a few years ago, and it's an amazing gift to any car guy, any car enthusiast would absolutely love this gift. And if you ever go to Vegas, there are 2 places that I know of in town that offer this kind of deal. And I'm talking about the driving experience or racing school sessions where you get to drive an actual race car or a sports car or a luxury car. Usually you're like, Porsches, Corvettes, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, things like that, around an official racetrack with a actual trainer with you. He's teach you every single thing. In fact, on my YouTube channel right now, I put the video of me taking the Nissan GTR around the track. The entire video is on my YouTube channel, which you can find that right through coolcarswithchris.com. There's a link to my YouTube right on there. On there, you can see the entire thing I did in its entirety right there. But these are super cool gifts to give any car person a driving experience. They would absolutely love it. And what car guy would not like to drive their Lamborghini, their GTR, their Ferrari, their Corvette they always wanted to drive, whatever it is, on a racetrack where you can go as fast as you can go without crashing the car, of course. But it's not like something on the streets where you're limited by the rules of the road. It's on an actual racetrack where you can drift the car, slide the car, spin the car around if you get too crazy. Yeah, I've seen that happen. So that is a really amazing gift to get any car guy, and that is a driving experience. And the 7th and final cool car gift to get any cool car person in your life this Christmas. It's another gift I got myself, actually. Some of these gifts I probably did get myself, now I think about. But if you have any custom artwork for your car or custom collectibles that are designed specifically for the car they have, I've got lots of Z stuff. In fact, I had this really, really cool poster of all the Zs, including my Z, on this poster. It was like a anniversary poster or something like that. But I had it framed and I had it in my master bedroom for like forever. It was so cool. It was such a good memorabilia, and I had it custom made, and I gave it away with the car. When I sold the car to the guy who bought my car, I said, hey, I have this really cool like poster. It's all framed really nice. It has this car, all the Z's on the poster. Would you like it? I mean, I'll give it you with the car. Oh yeah, totally. They took it, put it in the back, took it with them, that kind of stuff. But I still have like little, Z toy cars. I've got lots of Matchbox Z cars and things like that. So I think any kind of like collectibles, like miniature little vehicles of the vehicle you drive, especially if they're like so close in detail to the vehicle you actually have, to the model you have. I was at Costco not that long ago, in Costco, since it's Christmas, they've got all their Christmas gifts out, all their Christmas stuff. And they have this whole section of these really well done die-cast cars. And they've got a lot of cool cars on there. And I almost bought the 350Z one they have for sale there. They're only about $20 for these die-cast cars, which is a really good deal. They're really high quality made. They're metal and they have all the details and everything, and they look really well done. And if you can find one that is exactly like the car you have, how cool is that? That would be amazing. And there you have it, the best 7 top gifts to give any car person in your life this Christmas. And I wish you a happy, Merry Christmas, safe holidays, drive safe, be sober when you're behind the wheel, obviously. Don't drink and drive, obviously. Don't get crazy. If you want to speed, save that for the racetrack and just get home safe and make sure that you have a wonderful, wonderful happy holidays with you and your family. And I'll see you on the very next episode.